Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This is the 37th part of What If Deku Was Sanji's Reincarnation, My Heroes Reborn. The author of this great fanfic is I-Expo. Links to them and original story in the description. Chapter 37, Welcome to the Expo. Summer vacation had started. And so far, it was interesting for Izuku. Due to various reasons with one exception, the school didn't want students going too far away, which did disappoint Momo because she planning to go Venice at one point. However, this also led to the girls decided to use the school pool for fun. This led to the class perverts to plan out way to stake them out by getting Izuku to help them. Sweet cinnamon roll Izuku, who had the soul of a pirate who was believed, and in actuality, to be a pervert. Wait, you want me to what? Asked Izuku. We want you to contact the school so we can use the pool for training, said Kaminari. But it's really just a ploy so we can spy on the girls in their swimsuits, said Mineta. Why me? Asked Izuku. Come on. We know you were a pervert in your past life, said Kaminari. Plus no one would suspect you, said Mineta. Unfortunately, this led to, a certain type of internal debate. Come on. We have to do it, yelled the part of him that was Sanji. We've been through this. I'm not going to peep at them, said the part of him that was Izuku. It's not really peeping. It's just looking at them in their swimsuits, said the part of him that's Sanji. It's still wrong, said the part of him that was Izuku. Come on, it's just swimsuits, no nudity this time, said the part of him that was Sanji. I still refuse, yelled the part of him that was Izuku. Come on, do it, yelled the part of him that was Sanji. On the outside, Izuku was blushing bright red, then a ton of steam once again erupted him before passing out. What just happened? Yelled Mineta. You killed him, said Aiko. When he fell, it hit the Aiko button this time. Who said that? Yelled Kaminari. It doesn't matter because you killed him, replied Aiko. Meanwhile, Aiko was telling Hibiki about what going on. Izuku had another severe personality clash because his classroom perverts are trying to get him to check out the girls in swimsuits. Sighed Aiko, his mom isn't home so. Hibiki face-palmed and knew he had to fly to Izuku's apparent. There he found the two boys still panicking about killing him. You didn't kill him, he muttered face-palming. When did you get here? Asked Kaminari. And how did you get here? Demanded Mineta. I can fly, said Hibiki, and he's just unconscious. It's the same thing that happened a few weeks ago in the locker. What about that disembodied ghost voice? Asked Kaminari. Aiko, said Hibiki. Sorry, I couldn't help myself, it was so fun, said Aiko. That's Aiko, said Hibiki, she's an AI I built. My name is actually Aiko, it stands for Artificial Intelligence Knows Objectively, said Aiko. Objectively what? Asked Mineta. Aiko was silent for a few seconds before saying, That's I'm better than you. And of course she played the repeating air horn sound. They both started at Hibiki, who looked so done with the day. Anyway, lightning bolt. Help me drag Izuku to his room, sighed Hibiki. Can't you do it on your own? Asked Kaminari. I could, but I have my reasons for not doing it, muttered Hibiki. Once Izuku was in his bed, Hibiki scolded the two for dragging Izuku into their perverted machinations. Look, I get it, you two are horny teens, I've been through it twice, said Hibiki. And for much of his first adulthood, said Aiko. But don't drag Izuku into it. He has some problems going on right now and you just saw the end result of it, said Hibiki, so don't drag him into it again. Why, what are you going to do? Asked Mineta. Aiko, if they do this again, I give you permission to hack into their devices, said Hibiki. Yes, sir, said Aiko with a sadistic glee in her voice. Both Mineta and Kaminari froze when he said that. So, unless you don't want your internet history to become public knowledge, I'd say don't drag him into your shenanigans, said Hibiki. Leave the cinnamon roll alone, said Aiko. The two had left before Izuku woke up, but Hibiki did explain what happened much to Izuku's embarrassment. Days later, Izuku was walking home from a special class he took. The class was weird, it was a solving the mystery of the death of a villain. However, they put way too much detail into the mystery. A story about tragic love between a woman and a villain. A part of him wondered if the teachers had way too much time on their hands during the summer. When he got home, he was surprised that All Might waiting was for him there in his true form. All Might, he said, surprised. Are you busy the next few days? Asked All Might. I am, said Izuku. I'm sorry. Oh, that's a shame, sighed All Might. I was hoping to take you to I-Island for I-Expo. Wait, what, you wanted to take me to I-Expo? Asked Izuku, surprised. Well, this is kind of awkward. What do you mean? Asked All Might. That was when a very nice expensive looking car drove up, the driver's window rolled down and Hibiki was driving it. Hey! Izuku, you all ready to go to I-Expo? Asked Hibiki. He noticed All Might, who was looking surprised. Hibiki sighed, figuring out what was going on. You know, I joke a lot about needing a joint custody agreement, but I'm starting to think we need one, said Hibiki. Izuku sighed at this. Flashback. Okay, the first thing I had in mind for summer vacation as well. Have you heard about I-Expo? Asked Hibiki. All of his students looked like they knew what he was talking about. If you don't know, the school doesn't want you going too far away during break, but there is one expectation, which is I-Expo, said Hibiki, and every year I'm invited thanks to what I gained in my past life. You are a genius inventor, said Izuku. It makes a lot of sense. When he's not being an idiot, said Aiko. I was hoping that you'd come with me, said Hibiki. That was when he noticed that both Momo and Izuku looked nervous. About that, said Momo. I'm going as a representative of my family, and I already invited the girls of the class. And I got invited since I won the sports festival with a +1, and I was planning to ask Mahara since I already talked to Momo about it, said Izuku. I see, said Hibiki, who began to think, Momo, I can't change her mind and she's bringing Achiko and Toru, but maybe I can convince Izuku from declining the invitation. Hibiki, what are you up to? Asked Momo. I'm not up to anything, said Hibiki. You're up to something, said Mashireo. Come on, spill the beans, said Achiko. They kind of hate me on I-Island, said Hibiki. What? They asked. I'm so much better than them at building new items that they hate me and are jealous, said Hibiki. No, that's not it at all, said Aiko. It's true they do hate him, and I can believe it is partially out of jealousy, but he's also a complete and utter ass. He suggests things but he's smug about it. He's right, but he could be nicer. Oh come on, said Hibiki. Oh come on. This is one of those times I can legitimately make fun of you, especially since I can tell you we're going to try to guilt Izuku into going with you, said Aiko. Hibiki was going to say something but couldn't. Yuzu is coming along and I don't have anyone I don't know I can ask, Ikama. Well, there is someone, but I'm worried about asking him to go to I-Island with me. Let's just say there's a fellow reincarnated hero that's just as smart as me, but I don't know if it's a good idea to bring him, said Hibiki. I'll get to him later. Stop dodging. The point is he gets glares. A lot of glares, and he wants someone to help him with the glares, and Yuzu won't help, said Aiko. And you would just help Yuzu in the mocking, said Hibiki. Hey, you're being an ass. If you were nicer I wouldn't help in the mocking, said Aiko. Hibiki was face-palming. Please stop, he said. You know the answer, said Aiko. Maybe I will go with you, said Izuku, thinking about it. What? Asked everyone in the room. I mean, it's just that, said Izuku, if I go as the winner of the sports festival. Oh, it's because of the memes, said Momo, realizing why. If you go as the winner, then you're the adorable cinnamon roll who got bullied, but if you go with me, you'll just be a guy who hangs out with the asshole, said Hibiki. Either or doesn't sound good, said Izuku. Up to you, either way, said Hibiki. Wait, does your invitation say you get to attend preview day? Izuku nodded. Okay, so neither is better or worse, said Hibiki. Yeah, said Izuku. Anyways, let's talk about something else I have in mind for the summer, said Hibiki. That part would be revealed another time. But still, in the end, Izuku who talked it over with Mashireo, and they decided to go with Hibiki. Partially out of curiosity to see if they really did hate him on I-Island. Partially out of another reason involving Izuku. End of flashback. Izuku sighed in embarrassment. Go with All Might, said Hibiki. Wait, what? Said Izuku. Are you sure? I mean, you did plan out a trip, said All Might. Come on, Long John Silver, going with All Might would be so much more fun than going with me, said Hibiki. But the preview day ticket, said Izuku. Toru's not going to preview day, said Hibiki. She lost the competition. Oh, said Izuku. Momo decided not to play favorites when it came to the preview day ticket she got, and held a rock, paper, scissors competition with all the girls as she only got 2 free tickets for preview day. Toru was one of the losers of the competition. Go with All Might, said Hibiki. This way you won't be the guy hanging out with the asshole, and you already turned down being the bullied cinnamon roll, so this will be the best chance of you having fun there. I'm going to have to explain, said Izuku. You are, said All Might. Wait, what are you going to tell them? Asked Izuku. You're still trying to hide it, mumbled Hibiki, face palming. Don't say anything, they think they're doing a good job hiding it, said Aiko. That actually explain a lot, said Hibiki. Well, I guess I'll see you there. Yeah, said Izuku. Hibiki drove away. So I guess you have to get packed, said All Might. Oh, I'm already packed, said Izuku. I've been planning this trip for a while. Oh yeah, said All Might. On the way to airport, Izuku explained the situation about Hibiki and how apparently he wasn't well liked on the island. Also, All Might told him one of the reasons why he was bringing him. You're going to introduce me to a friend? Asked Izuku. All Might nodded. You are my successor after all, said All Might. Yeah, you do have a point, said Izuku. And so enough, they were on a private plane to I-Island. Although All Might fell asleep, Izuku was excited, extremely excited. It was the combination of him exploring somewhere new, and exploring a new island. That sounds weird, but one of them was from the Izuku part of him and the other was from the Sanji part of him. All Might. I see it, cheered Izuku, waking up his mentor. I-Island. All Might woke up. You're sure excited, said All Might. Sorry. I guess it's a past life thing, said Izuku. It just feels like ages going to a new place with people I care about, you know? All Might looked at Izuku and sighed. Do you need to talk about it? Said All Might. Not now, said Izuku. Besides, I don't have worry about someone causing massive damage by accident because of some stupid reason. All Might stared at Izuku. Do I? Said All Might. You don't want no, said Izuku with a haunted look in his eye. Your past life was weird, said All Might. You have no idea, said Izuku. Once they landed, All Might entered his hero form. "You packed your costume?" asked All Might. "Been planning this for a while," said Izuku. "Oh right," said All Might with a sweat drop. Both of them donned their hero costumes. "So what do you know about this island?" asked All Might as they went through the automated customs. "It's an island that was built for research and development, due to the fact that they create so many top-secret inventions that most of the year it's closed off. Expect during I-Expo. Because of that, there hasn't been really any crimes committed. Also, thanks to a critical nature, it's able to move from place to place," said Izuku. "Well, that's quite a lot," said All Might, laughing. "I know," said Izuku. Once they got past customs, Izuku looked out at the island. It was all amazing, with all sorts of demonstrations and other things being shown off. "This place is amazing," cheered Izuku. All Might looked at Izuku and it looked like he ready to cry. Not in his usual way either. "Are you okay?" asked All Might. Izuku sighed, and realized he should tell All Might. After all, he did say some things on the lane about it. But before he could properly explain his emotions, someone yelled out, "Hey look! It's All Might!" And soon the two were swarmed by adoring fans, crushing both of them. Thankfully, once the crowd was clear, both of them recovered, though All Might's face was covered in kiss marks. "I hate you so much right now," said Izuku, glaring at All Might while in Sanji mode. "Well, one day this should happen to you," said All Might. Izuku slipped out Sanji mode and started blushing. "You don't seriously mean that, do you?" He's scared. All Might laughed at Izuku's reaction. "Uncle Might!" cheered a voice. They both turned and saw a girl in later teens, i.e., a couple years older than Izuku, headed towards them on a strange pogo stick. She was causing and was blonde with blue eyes. She was also wearing glasses. Izuku suddenly entered love mode as he saw the bounced over before going into a hug with All Might. "Melissa!" cheered All Might, hugging the girl. "You've grown so much. I almost didn't recognize you." "It hasn't been that long," said girl apparently named Melissa replied. As the two exchanged pleasantries, they finally noticed Izuku. Is he okay?" asked Melissa. "He gets like that sometimes," said All Might. Izuku snapped out of love mode and started blushing. "Sorry about that," said Izuku, blushing bright red. "Let me introduce you to, this is my student, young Midoriya. Meet Melissa Shield," said All Might. "Oh, it's nice to meet you," said Izuku. Then he realized something. "Wait, Shield as in David Shield?" "He's my dad," said Melissa. "No way. He was the one who designed all of All Might costumes and also a good chunk of his gear," said Izuku in full fanboy mode. "Wait. Does that mean that the old friend we're going to meet is Davis Shield?" All Might nodded. "No way. This is a million times better than going with Hibiki," said Izuku. All Might's sweat dropped when he said that. "I said that out loud, didn't I?" asked Izuku. "It's okay," giggled Melissa, shaking his hand. Izuku went into love mode again. "Are you okay?" asked Melissa. "Sorry about that," said Izuku, blushing again. "Daddy still doesn't know you're coming," said Melissa, "so remember it's a surprise." "I know," said All Might. She began to show the two the day. However, All Might pulled Izuku aside. "I haven't told David about One for All. So remember that," said All Might. Izuku nodded, knowing it was a big secret. He hadn't even told the other members of the group about the truth of his quirk yet. They all thought he was a late bloomer. And so the two of them followed Melissa, unaware of what just in store was going to happen to them. That will be it for this part. I hope everyone enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and comment if you want part 38. If you want to hear more from me, subscribe. I hope to see you all in the next one.